Good morning, everyone. Madam Secretariat, do we have a quorum?
Good morning, Madam Chair. Yes, we have a quorum with the attendance of the following BAC members: Marieta I. Guerrero, Chairperson; Attorney Mark John S. Palomar, Vice Chairperson; Attorney Maria Asuncion Yasmin de los Santos, Regular Member; Engineer Reynald C. Parafina, Regular Member; Mr. Russell Q. Bobadilla, Regular Member; Attorney Rigel L. Kaabay, Regular Member. From PMO Bohol, Port Manager John Gabriel Manansala; and from PMO MOC, Port Manager Isidro V. Butaslak Jr. We have in attendance as well the head and members of the Secretariat, the head and members of the Technical Working Group. On the part of prospective bidders, we have representatives from Animas Brothers, Arastre Stevedoring Services Incorporated, and Global Port Terminals Inc., as well as from PCBSI.
Thank you. Considering the foregoing, the BAC declares that there is a quorum. Head Office BAC PTMC number 12-2023 is hereby called to order. Madam Secretariat, what do we have scheduled today?
We have the following items, Madam Chair. First is the approval of minutes of the previous BAC meeting, HO BAC PTMC number 09-2023, held on September 29, 2023. HO BAC PTMC number 10-2023 and 11-2023, both dated October 2, 2023. Next is the pre-bid conference of the Port Terminal Management Contract for the clustered ports of Hagna, Tapal, Ubay, Talibon, and Getafe. Next is a post-qualification report of the PTMC for the Port of Opol. And lastly, the declaration of failure of the PTMC for the clustered ports of Balbagon, Benoni, and Ginsiliban.
Let's go to the first item in the agenda, the approval of minutes of the previous BAC meetings.
Madam Chair, I move for the approval of the minutes of the previous BAC meeting for HO BAC PTMC number 09-2023 held on September 29, 2023, and HO BAC PTMC number 10-2023 and number 11-2023 both held on October 2, 2023.
Second the motion, Madam Chair.
It has been moved and seconded to approve the minutes of Head Office BAC PTMC number 09-2023 dated September 29, 2023. PTMC number 10-2023 and 11-2023 dated October 2, 2023. Is there any opposition thereto? Hearing none, the minutes of Head Office BAC PTMC number 09-2023 dated 9/29/2023, 10-2023, and 11-2023 dated October 2, 2023 is hereby approved as presented. Let's proceed to the next item in our agenda, the pre-bid conference. Madam Secretariat.
For the Port Terminal Management Contract for the clustered ports of Hagna, Tapal, Ubay, Talibon, and Getafe, province of Bohol. The project was advertised last October 12, 2023 in the Manila Times and was posted on the PPA website and at conspicuous places in the PPA premises. The concession period for the project shall be 15 years with a minimum concession fee of 929,573,036 pesos and 53 centavos.
We will now be showing an audiovisual presentation on the port. Subject of the bidding for the information of the prospective bidders. PMO, please proceed with your presentation.
Port of Hagna. The Port of Hagna is considered a gateway to Mindanao and Camiguin Island. The terminal facility is located at Barangay Nooc Hagna, adjacent to the town's public market with access leading to the national road. It is approximately 60 kilometers from the city of Tagbilaran. It is a strategic point linking Mindanao and the Visayas. The port serves as a hub to domestic shipping operations as part of the system of Central Nautical Highway. Port of Tapal. The Port of Tapal is situated at the northeast tip of Obay Town, linked exclusively by a 7-kilometer stretch provincial road. Tapal is one of the 44 barangays of the municipality of Obay and also one of the 19 coastal barangays in the province of Bohol. It is directly located fronting the Pupu port of the President Garcia Island town. The port caters mostly to tramping vessels. Port of Obay. The Port of Obay is situated in Poblacion Obay, Bohol, which is just a few minutes ride from the town proper. The port is a thriving port and is considered as Bohol's gateway to Leyte and Samar, which is connected by a ro-ro vessel to Matnog and Sorsogon, and eventually to Manila and vice versa. Port of Talibon. The Port of Talibon is located in the municipality of Talibon. The first gas town lies on the northwestern coast of Bohol, 114.8 kilometers via Tagbilaran North Road, 149.55 kilometers via Tagbilaran East Road, and 108.83 kilometers via Interior Road. The port is approximately 30 nautical miles from Cebu City and Maasin, Leyte, and 20 nautical miles from Batu, Leyte. Port of Getafe. The Port of Getafe is strategically located in the coastal municipality of Getafe, 92 kilometers away from Tagbilaran City. It is considered as a passenger port because the existing regular players are all passenger ferry. Statistically, the port ranked third highest in terms of passenger traffic among all ports of PMO Bohol.
Okay, we will now be entertaining questions from the prospective bidders. Madam Secretariat.
Would like to recognize the representatives of Animas Brothers Receive Services Incorporated, Mr. Victor Villamor and Philton Maniwa. Sir, do you have any questions regarding the bid docs?
Just one simple question, ma'am. We are new in this business. Our brand is new, but for us, the incorporators, we own Cebu Arastre and Stevedoring Services Corporation in Cebu, Cascor. We've been in this business for, I think, 3 decades already. My question is, we have to use our joint venture between our old company and our new established company, the Abasi. Kasi we were planning na
Okay, sir.
we're
Sir,
just
are you referring to the requirement?
yeah, the requirements regarding the joint venture because we, the Abasi, it's a new.
Okay.
I think it's the first time you heard our company
So
Abasi
you're asking whether or not you can use a joint venture
between our two
technical working
companies.
group? So you have one company with no experience and your second company with experience, and you plan to use to enter into a joint venture for purposes of bidding.
Yeah, for this
Technical
bidding.
working group?
You can you can join the bidding as a joint venture, provided that each partner of the joint venture shall submit both the legal and the financial liability. However, with respect to the technical and financial eligibility requirements, the compliance of each partner of the joint venture shall be considered compliance of the joint venture.
In our case, ma'am, we still own the Cascor. 80% of the Cascor, we owned it. And then we also own the Abasi. Same people around with just one member, just new for us. Still,
What is your question, sir?
we're gonna use the joint venture also.
Yes. Well, the personalities of each company, if they're incorporated, is separate from the personality of each of the incorporators.
I'm talking about the finance capability, sir.
Well, the financial capability of each company is different from the financial capability of the incorporator. So the financial capability of each company will be reviewed based on your submitted FS.
Sir, yes, sir. But for the financial capability, if they will be forming a joint venture, it's either one of the joint venture will fulfill or jointly.
Jointly.
Pwedeng i-answer yung
Capacity
paid up
nila.
capital ni Casco.
Cascor, yeah, Cascor.
Paid up capital ni Abasi.
So regarding the incorporators, it's immaterial. We're talking about the financial capability of
The
each
paid up-
party.
The paid up capital,
Capital of
sir,
each
the
party.
company.
Of the company.
For purposes of joint venture, siguro, well, kasama ba yun sa reminder natin later on? Okay. So there's a reminder on the purchase of, participation of joint ventures regarding the purchase of bid docs. So it's part of a audiovisual presentation later. So doon na lang siguro sasama. Okay?
Thank you.
No further question? Thank you, Madam Chair.
May we now call the representatives of Global Port Terminals, Inc. if they have questions regarding the bid docs.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, to the members of the BAC TWG and the PMO Bohol. This is Johnson Bernardo from Global Port Terminals. If you would indulge us, we actually prepared several questions as the bid is composed of several ports. So we have representatives present there in person, and we would like to ask if the BAC and TWG would like us to just enumerate our questions, or should we do it one by one?
One by one, and then we'll respond to each question as they're asked para hindi magulo.
Copy, Mr. Chair. For our representatives, please communicate our questions.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Mickey here from Global Port. So on a general question for the entire cluster for the 5 ports, will PPA provide a draft survey of each port? Updated draft survey.
Engineering, can you provide an updated draft survey? Okay. Please coordinate with the engineering department of the PMO.
Thank you.
Division pala. Further questions?
Justine from Global Port. Next question is for the 5 ports, some of it does not have any PTBs. Will the new operator be able to collect such terminal fees to the passengers?
Technical working group.
Sorry.
Okay.
And if such, what's the rate of the passenger terminal fee that will be collected for each port? Is it going to be one rate or different rate per port, since the ports has different what do you call this, different type of shelter for our passengers?
Okay. Technical working group. The general rule regarding the collection of PTBs.
As indicated in the terms of reference, section 7.1, the passenger terminal fee provided as attached Annex B shall only be collected once a passenger terminal facility with all the attendant amenities shall have been provided. So for those ports that have no PTV with all the amenities, the port terminal operator shall not collect any PTF. And for the question on how much PTF shall be collected, as attached Annex B, the rate is 30 pesos, including VAT. Thank you.
So for the PTB, for the ports without any PTBs, they are not allowed to collect PTB fees. The PTB fees were not included in the computation of the concession fee.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Further questions?
Hi, Sweetel from Global Port. Regarding po sa facilities, yung mga damages from the typhoon or ongoing project will be, PPA has plans on finishing the projects or continuing the projects after the bid.
Okay, engineering.
Good morning. With regards to Hetafe, the repair works on various facilities is underway. The BDocs is currently being prepared and to be procured by PPA. With regards to the remaining ports, our PMO is be assessing the damage and preparing the program of work. Depending on the cost, the provision under Section 11 of the TUR will be applied.
Another question would be for the port of Tapal. How is the lease agreement with the barge, the power barge there? You would just want to know the terms of this.
Specific terms. We don't have the specific terms with us here today. We will send you a copy of we will send you the details. So, can we give the icon? So, period lang. Ay, may copy kayo dyan. Pero can we give a copy of the contract? Well, first and foremost, the area where the barge is located is not part of the concession area. So it's not part of the turnover from PPA to the operator. So what particular detail do you need regarding the lease? It's a lease for 5 years.
Oh, lease up.
Covering an area of 1,676 square meters, 0.26 square meters.
Thank you. That's it.
Would that be sufficient?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
And so the period is from 5 years from November 23, 2022. So it's up to November 2027. Any further questions?
Okay, sir. Another question, specifically for the Port of Getafe. Since there's an informal settlers, beside the port, do you have any agreement with the local government unit of Getafe regarding this one?
PMO, is there an agreement with the local government?
Yes, but if they will be relocated or if there's any plans on, of course, we're looking at the safety and security of the port itself. Since we've seen na it's an open area.
Oh, yeah. Well, first and foremost, the area wherein there are informal settlers is not part of the concession area. And, well, considering that these are properties of the authority which is being occupied by informal settlers, the authority is, well, trying to find measures to remove these informal settlers. We just cannot guarantee a timeline. So rest assured, at the moment, it's not part, but if they are removed, it will be turned over to the operator via lease.
Thank you. No further questions.
No further questions. Thank you, Madam Chair.
May we ask from the representatives of ECBSI if they have questions regarding the BITO? ECBSI.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. No questions as of the moment. Thank you.
As part of the pre-bid conference, the BAC has prepared some reminders to the bidders based on usual issues that were encountered during the previous biddings. Madam Secretariat, please proceed with the reminders to bidders.
Remind. Reminders to bidders. For PPA accreditation requirement, please be informed that the bidder must submit a valid certificate of accreditation issued by PPA for port terminal services or for all the core services included in the bidding. The bidder must also have at least 2 years' experience in providing port terminal management services/cargo handling services or other related port services, as indicated in completed and ongoing contracts. Conflict of interest. Any prospective bidder or observer who is in a conflict of interest situation contemplated in Article 2, Section 5I of PPA-AO No. 12/2018 shall likewise be prohibited and is deemed automatically disqualified from participation in any activity covered by these guidelines. Conflict of interest. A situation, as may be applicable, wherein a bidder and/or an observer has controlling shareholders in common with another bidder in the case of observers, received or has received any direct or indirect subsidy from any other bidder, has the same legal representative as that of another bidder for purposes of its bid, has relationship, directly or through third parties, that places it in a position to have access to information about or to influence the bid of another bidder or to influence the decisions of the approving authority regarding the bidding process, submits more than one bid in any bidding process, participated as a consultant of the authority in preparation and design of the port subject of the bidding, and is in situation in which the bidder/observer has a duty or responsibility to more than one person or organization involved in any bidding process. A prospective bidder must not be engaged in any business activity, whether primarily or otherwise, which will prevent it from properly and sufficiently discharging its contractual obligations under port terminal management contract to be awarded pursuant to these guidelines. This prohibition shall cover entities engaged in maritime transportation. For the information of everyone, the approving authority of the port terminal management contract is J. Daniel R. Santiago, General Manager. The BAC PTMC is composed of the following: Chairperson, Marietta I. Guerrero, Vice Chairperson, Attorney Mark John S. Palomar, Members, Attorney M. A. Hyasman H. De Los Santos, Attorney Rigel L. Cabay, Engineer Renand C. Parfina, Russell Q. Babadilla, Port Manager of the port subject of the selection. The technical working group is composed of the following: Head, Attorney Michi F. Manatad, Members, Jenaliza D. Rebon, Maria Luisa A. Cruz, Catherine R. Esto, Ryan Joseph F. Carino, Attorney Nina Suzette M. Mendoza. The BAC PTMC Secretariat includes: Head, Attorney Diane Steffi T. Gilliman, Assistant to the Head Secretariat, Gail M. Tabacero. For joint venture, they must present the joint venture agreement or duly notarized statements from potential joint venture and the letter of intent. Otherwise, each potential joint venture partner must purchase the bid documents separately. Each partner shall submit the legal and financial eligibility forms required under Section 17A4 of PPA-AO No. 12/2018. For determining compliance with the technical and financial eligibility requirements, the satisfaction of one of the joint venture partner or by the joint venture partners, whether singly or collectively, shall be considered sufficient. They shall be required also to present a duly executed joint venture agreement or a duly notarized statement from all the potential joint venture partners. In the absence of JVA or duly notarized statement, bids received from each of the potential joint venture partner shall be considered separately. In binding, the original and all copies of the bid shall be properly bookbound, hardbound, chronologically paged, and with index tabs. The proposed concession fee of the bidder shall have a minimum escalation of 5% per year. The required amount of bid security shall be in accordance with the following schedule: form of bid security, cash, cashier's check or manager's check, amount of bid security, not less than the required minimum concession fee plus port development cost is 2%, bank draft/guarantee or irrevocable letter of credit issued by a universal or commercial bank, provided, however, that it shall be confirmed or authenticated by a universal or a commercial bank. If issued by a foreign bank, is 2% also. Surety bond, callable upon demand issued by the GSIS or PPA accredited insurance company, is 5%. For performance security, that the required amount shall be equivalent to the total amount of the concession fee of the year for which the performance security is posted. The performance security shall be denominated in Philippine peso and posted in favor of PPA, which shall be forfeited by the PPA in any event it is established that the winning bidder is in default in any of its obligations under the port terminal management contract. In case of forfeiture by PPA of the performance security, the equivalent amount shall be replenished by the winning bidder. The bidder shall submit separate bid form number 9, one for each port in the clustered ports. In case the bidder is a corporation, the bidder should submit an original duly signed and notarized omnibus sworn statement with attached secretary's certificate showing that the affiant possesses the authority to submit the bid, represent and bid the corporation. There are minimum standard facilities that need to be maintained in the PTBs as provided under PPA guidelines. Should there be a need to obtain copies of said guidelines, kindly coordinate with the Secretariat. Thank you and have a great day.
Madam Chair, for the relevant dates, please be reminded that the last day for written queries is on October 27, 2023, not later than 5 p.m. The deadline for submission of bids is on November 6, 2023 at 9 a.m. at the PPA head office. The opening of bids is on November 6, 2023, 10 a.m.
Any other questions from the prospective bidders? If there are none, the prospective bidder.
Sorry, ma'am. I apologize. We have another question. Regarding the question on the power barge, well, we do understand that this is not part of the concession area. Upon checking of the plus, the power barge is beside the RC pier. So therefore, I think this is in meters, no? So about 63 meters of the RC pier is occupied. So while it's not part of the concession area, obviously we will not be able to utilize that portion because of the existence of the power barge. So regarding the lease contract, so that's why we were asking if there will be an assignment of the contract to the winning bidder as the parang lessor of that area.
There will be no turnover, and for purposes of the prospective bidders, for the next 5 years, the said area should be considered unusable.
Copy, Mr. Chair. Thank you for the clarification.
Any further questions?
Mr. Chair, good afternoon. Ay, good morning pala.
PCBSI. Yes.
Sir, paano po yung magiging threshold, volume threshold ng mga clustered ports?
The threshold
Para sa computation ng variable fee.
individually. So each port has a separate threshold which would be met in order to compute the variable fee. It's not the total volume for the cluster.
Treated as individual, separate pa rin po sila.
Yes, separate ang computation for the variable fee, as well as that's why one reason also why the submission of the computation of the concession fee would be per port, because also for the computation of the repairs, it would be per port as well.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you po.
Any further questions? If there are none, the prospective bidders are now excused. Thank you po.
Thank you.